You guys, I had a girl come over this weekend. I was lucky enough to have her in bed, and literally almost instantly she goes, "Is this the Helix mattress?" And I have a lot of thoughts about this. Considered it a huge win for the gay community, Helix really being an ally. And second of all, of course it's a Helix mattress. Everyone knows that I love my Helix mattress, and as a gay professional, I have to work with the best, and that's what Helix is. So think about your crush. What kind of mattress is she gonna think is really comfortable? Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex, take the 2-minute personalized mattress quiz, and maybe just send her some text. Be like, do you sleep on your side, your stomach? Do you get hot at night? What's your lumbar situation? Get the perfect mattress for you and for her. helixsleep.com/gaysex. Get up to $200 off your mattress and 2 free pillows. Go check it out.
And these two people, because they're sex conference people, are like, oh, it's fine. We'll just be here on our laptops. You guys have fun.
No.
So they're there the whole time we're having our threesome, just basically being like, do you guys want snacks, water?
Oh my God. They're like the coaches. They're the sex coaches of the whole thing. They're like,
they sound more like
got
assistants.
enough lube? You got enough lube? You're like going over into the corner. They're like clipping back your eyelashes and your eyebrows and shit. So sort of a personal audio note, but also I think I've spoken a couple times that we have a lot of younger listeners from around the world, from countries where it's actually even illegal to be gay. And a lot of them are on my Discord. And I found out recently that we had a member of this community struggling with their mental health, and they are okay, but it really put a lot into perspective for me. And if you're younger and you're listening to this podcast and you're feeling alone, there is a whole community of thousands of queer people and allies, including myself and this really incredible mental health expert who's put so much time into creating this incredible community with me. And you're first of all, you're not alone. And if you're listening to this podcast because it makes you feel connected with other queer people around the world, those people actually exist, and we all chat together, and maybe it can be a resource for you, or anybody listening. But I'm especially thinking about the little youths in the booths out there. So you can find that community at ashleygavin.com/connect, or we'rehavinggaysex.com/connect. And if you are an adult listening to this audio note right now and you support this podcast either just by listening or following me and Kate on Instagram or through the Patreon, you're actually making a bigger difference than you think, because this podcast, it's weird for me, but it really matters to a lot of people, a lot of young people. And I wish everyone could have had something like this growing up. But anyway, yes, this is very, very vulnerable. And I don't think that I'm like a saint or anything, but I do think that this community might be really helpful for some of you. So if you're in a dark place right now, lil youth, come chat with me and your queer pals from around the world. ashleygavin.com/connect. Go check it out. For the past 15 minutes, our guest has been watching me apologize, basically, and run frantically around my apartment. I have had a day. I've been poked and prodded and roasted by my primary care physician. I walked into my primary, my annual. Mm-hmm. I did my heart, my blood, my urine, all of it. And I thought that I was not supposed to drink water 12 hours before the appointment.
Why?
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
So now they're just like, you're chronically dehydrated.
Dude, he roasted me. He was like, it's going to be maple syrup in there. I don't even know if I'm going to get anything out. This like 85-year-old man, because it's my same doctor my whole life, he's just tearing me apart.
Why did you think you weren't supposed to drink water?
I don't know. They told me to fast, and I just was like, better safe than sorry.
Oh, they did tell you
Cover
to
all the
fast.
bases.
But not water. Water's
I see.
fine.
I see.
Yeah, and he just, at the end of the appointment, I was like, wow, you really roasted me. And he was like, yeah, I dried you out.
He
Yeah,
he was really doing his own stand-up one-person show.
I was like, Harvey, are you trying to get on the pod?
He is. He's doing all his good spleen bits.
He was doing a spleen bit. He did a whole spleen bit. And he like admitted to me, Eva, thank you for being here. We'll do intros in a second. But I desperately wanted to get this doctor shit off my chest.
Yeah.
So this doctor shit off my chest.
The stethoscope.
Yeah, he left some syringes and some needles. I got to get all this doctor shit off my chest. So basically, I have this heart valve thing. It's not an issue. It doesn't affect my life. I've been seeing this doctor for 9,000 years. He goes, yeah, and people who have this, like, their ligaments will be really loose. So you'll have, like, a lot of injuries. And I was like, my ankles. And he goes, yeah, you've pronated ankles and you have fallen arches. I was like, yes. And then he was like, yeah, you got to look out for this and that. And I was like, oh, my God. And then he goes, also, you're probably like anxious, artistic, like highly emotional. It's just like another thing. I was like, are you doing my sun sign based on my mitral valve prolapse? It was crazy.
Can that be true? That just because your heart is shaped a little differently, it determines your personality?
I mean, it probably lines up with like, do you think it's causal or do you think it's correlational?
I don't know.
I feel like the one thing you learned in science class was cause versus correlation.
I feel like all you learn is that they are not the same.
Right.
And then after that, they don't teach you anything.
But I wanted him to finish with, and you're probably a Scorpio.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's like known you your whole life and he didn't like warn you? He wasn't like, hey, like maybe do some meditation?
I think, well, it took me 30 years to figure out that shit. And I was like, you should be telling people.
Yeah.
If you have some sort of thing that correlates to other things, like that information should be made available to you.
Yeah.
But that was
That's
my day
fascinating.
today. And we are in the apartment and we're having gay sex.
Yes.
And we are having gay sex with someone that I didn't know was a patron until this moment. And I feel like a fucking idiot.
I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked and chill to be here. I'm very glad I got to see the taco get pressed, the taco shell get pressed.
I don't know if we were recording yet, but you say what you were saying.
We need a non-phallic phrase for see how the sausage gets made.
Yeah. And we came up with how the taco gets pressed. So many of you have asked for some sort of sex ed advice from me, and I have continued to tell you that I cannot help. You're on your own. Please don't ask me. I don't want to have a lawsuit. Fuck off. So we are very lucky. No, go on.
I think I don't know. I don't believe that you haven't been telling people to trib. I don't believe that you're saying I don't know anything. I believe that you've been saying you gotta trib.
There's a man straight up slides into my DMs. He's like, I have questions about poppers. And I'm like, are you tripping?
Number one, advice that suits all concerns. Trip more.
We got so many DMs about road trip. The people want a tour.
We've got to do it.
Yeah, and we will. And Sex Educator, What's My Body Doing on all platforms, YouTuber with the gay and trans and queer sex ed advice for you. She's great. A friend of Elena, a friend of the pod, patron who I've really just told should ask for a refund. Eva Bloom, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. Oh,
The soundboard.
so good.
What have you been up to today? I've been having my body poked and prodded.
I've been, prepping for a workshop. I'm giving a workshop tonight on the queer and trans sex ed that you should have gotten in high school.
So I better get this episode out quickly. I have totally ruined all of Eva's promo.
No, I would love to do the workshop again. Everybody come into my DMs, be like, Eva,
come hard into her DMs. Is it her?
She or they works.
Cool. Yeah, and what kind of stuff are you working on? Like what kind of resources? Because people do ask. Parents ask, young people ask. I got a DM today, some 19-year-old. They made sure to tell me that they were 19. I don't know if that was like, I don't know. But this 19, they were like, I am 19 and this is they were like, oh, I want to have a slut phase. We're saying slut now, by the way, because
Okay.
I've been educated on the W word and the H word.
Okay.
There's a lot to cover there too. Maybe another episode because I don't have the stuff in front of me. But we're
Slut.
saying slut now. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
FYI for the sex worker community. And also it has another word has racial connotations that I didn't know about.
All right.
We're learning.
You're slutting.
I'm slutting. So this 19-year-old wants to go into a slut phase and was like, I don't have any sex ed resources. Like, what do I do to stay safe, both like emotionally and physically? So what kind of stuff do you have?
I actually have a workshop on, it's called How to Fuck Like a Hufflepuff. Because even though I'm a millennial Gen Z cusp, a millennial side comes out real
Why
strong.
would anyone want to fuck like a Hufflepuff, though?
Don't you want to fuck like a Slytherin, but make love like a Gryffindor?
Oh my god. Gryffindor in the streets, Slytherin in the sheets.
Okay, what is the value of having sex like a Hufflepuff? Tell us, enlighten us.
Basically, the whole point of the workshop is being like, you can have casual sex without being an asshole. Like, you can be like kind to your casual sex partners, which I think like is maybe not a new thing for like the queer and trans community. But when I was having my slut phase, when I was initially sleeping with men, I was like, a lot of men don't know this. A lot of men thinks you can be assholes to the casual sex people.
I don't even know that they know that they're being assholes. I think.
Uh,
What do you think as the man in this conversation?
Weigh in.
I think some of them. I think it's a power thing sometimes.
Oh, really?
Just being like, I can be mean. I can do what I want. This is about me.
Right, we're not in a relationship. I can treat you as I want to treat you.
Yeah.
Because humans that you're not in a relationship. It's sort of like, who did that joke? I think it was Jen Kirkman tweeted this recently. She was like, she saw a sign that was like, drive like your family lives in this neighborhood.
Mm.
She's like, I don't want to hit anyone with my car.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need a reason to just practice basic safety and kindness? But Hufflepuffs would.
Hufflepuff's wood. Little Luna Lovegood. Isn't that her name?
She's a Ravenclaw.
She's a Ravenclaw. All right.
Obviously. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I think you're on point though, Kate. Like, I don't need to preface this saying that I don't hate men. I got it. But like, honestly, I feel like that's the thing. But there's also the thing where it's like, there's a girl that like you'd sleep with, and then there's like a girl that you'd like date and marry, and they're like
Yes.
different. And it's like, no, it turns out actually,
They
like,
both
all
have
pe-
feelings.
Yeah, all people, you gotta respect them and be kind to them.
Yeah.
It also just makes I'm about to sound like a fuck boy. If you are kind and respectful to people, they are more likely to sleep with you again in the future.
Absolutely. If you make it a fucking positive experience, you
Right.
don't treat them like shit, they're more likely to be like, that was nice, let's do it again.
Yes, and you can establish a nice friendship because everyone needs to come.
I
So
thought you were gonna say everyone needs friends. You can establish a nice friendship, because here's the thing about friendship is everyone needs to come.
The two universal truths. Everybody needs friendship and everybody needs to come.
I'm over here being like, yeah, I don't know. When something happens, I have no one to talk to about it. And now she's like, there's no one over here to suck my fucking clit. I need some fucking friends. I'm like, who do I call when my partner and I are fighting? And now she's like, who do I call when I need a butt plug up me?
okay, that never happens.
No,
when I need to take my butt plug and put it in someone else. I'm running out of butt plugs right now. We're not calling them plugs anymore. We're calling them butt plugs, by the way. When we do Eva's socials,
Oh, okay.
that's a butt plug.
Anything you want a butt plug?
Anything. Oh, we're off to a great start.
I do have a sex toy that is like branded with someone's logo on it. So I feel like it isn't too far off.
Why am I not making sex toys with my face on it? I want a sucker. I want to do a 3D model of my face, life size. I want to put my face into plaster, put a sucker in my mouth, and sell that sucker on the internet. Etsy. That's my Etsy shop. Just sex toys with my face on it.
Oh my gosh.
I've reached a new level of ego.
Yes. You've ascended. I don't even feel like I'm in the room with a person.
I am just a plaster mold. They did do an echocardiogram of my heart today. I do have one, and they told me it was beautiful. I once got told my uterus was beautiful
Oh
too.
my gosh.
I don't know if it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm freezing my eggs, and the doctor was like, "You have a beautiful uterus."
One time I had a doctor check my butthole with her finger, and she pulled it out and said, "Well, nothing exciting."
Have you had your, what have doctors said to you? Anything interesting? Let's violate some HIPAA laws right now. What have doctors said to you?
Well, I'm getting a new IUD put in, which is also a who's to say my queer ass, do I need another IUD? Who knows? But I will ask them. I say, check, how's my cervix look? Do I have a pretty cervix? I would like to know.
You should. And do you need an IUD? Sometimes I don't think the sperm can be far enough away. I would get an IUD just in case it has an aura that would ward off any sperms. Don't get near me.
It's like, okay, how much would I pay to not have periods for 5 years?
Yeah.
A lot of money. And two, I don't want to rule out any people, any trans women, any like non-binary people with penises want to hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
Yeah. Then you can rest easy instead of panicking. I thought I was pregnant when I was a teenager.
I think you've told me this.
I think I have too. I did not have, the funny part about this story is I did not have intercourse.
You were one of those people. Am I Pregante on the wiki asks?
It was, I will say, I think this is my mom's fault.
It's definitely the Catholic Church.
Well, there was that too. I definitely had a moment where I was like, God, if this is Jesus part 2, I accept.
Which is almost exactly how the Virgin Mary gave consent. Which is like barely. Barely.
Like just in case. Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
I have a whole bit about, you've seen my bit about this.
I do.
You were kind of around when I was.
Yeah. But I think my mom was not sending me out. I was leaving and she sent me out with a word of advice, which was like, be careful. And I was like, Mom, we're not having sex. And she goes,
Wait, you were going on a date?
Yeah, I was going to see my boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
And she, gave me the be careful eyes. And I was like, we're not having sex. Don't worry about it. And she goes, yes, but if his ejaculate gets anywhere near your vagina, you could get pregnant.
Whoa. Oh, no.
And I think my ears just started ringing after the word ejaculate, and I didn't really hear anything else after that.
You're like blacking out.
I like drove to his house with my eyes blurry. Like people are honking. I'm going through red lights. I'm just like ejaculate.
Oh my God.
But so, and to be honest, his ejaculate, it was, in my mouth. So there was no way I was going to be pregnant.
I'm so upset right now.
But I went 5 months without a period with intense stomach pains. What else was I going to think?
That sounds so stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought that. All right. So let's get into it. We are in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with awesome queer sex ed influencer and educator. How's that sound as a title?
That sounds great.
Okay, Eva Bloom, and we're very excited. I guess let's do intros.
Yes.
I am Ashley Gavin. I am a cis gay white woman, she, her pronouns. And I think my gender today, because why not? I would say my gender most days is 12-year-old boy. Do you get that vibe?
I think you're too tall.
Rude.
Some 12-year-old boys can be tall.
That's some body dysphoria now. How dare you? You are, man. You just body shamed me. You're a fucking...
Self-cancel.
Oh, shit. I don't have a rhyme for you today. Wait. Let me think about it. Okay. Let's just gender, non-binary, no gender, genderless. Yep. Okay. And as always, back the fat in the chat, sharing their genderless mess. Nah, it doesn't work. Boo. It's a near rhyme.
Was
Someone
a good
fix
wind
it.
up too.
I know. I put in the energy.
I thought it was pretty good.
All right. Kate Sisk.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Kate Sisk. I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dyke, bisexual, and
oh yeah, we did this.
genderless
We did this
mess.
before, but I want it in the mic, sweetie. Would you like one of these from your native land? From your native
God,
land,
Ashley. My native land of
Massachusetts.
yes, please. Love a plum.
That's some good Puerto Rican ASMR. PRAS. ASMPR for you right there.
Yellow. Be careful.
I just got called on the flag. Oh yeah, you my cancel coach to keep me from getting canceled.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you finish before
let
you
me finish
really
doing.
ruin the listeners' lives with those plantain chips drying out in your mouth right now.
It is I. Any pronouns. That's it.
Okay, nothing on gender today.
Did anybody write in saying what gender?
Oh, so many people.
What do
wrote
they
in.
think?
Oh, there's a lot. A lot of the guy from the Sandlot. And a lot of weird ones, like just really, they were great. We got to do them next time.
We'll
they're
do
on
them
my
next
they're
time.
on my
We'll do them
phone.
next
I'm
time.
so sorry. I'm gonna try and pull them up while.
Keep writing in if you have any ideas about my
what
gender.
is Kate's gender? Let's find out together. We don't know. And Eva, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah. I'm Eva. I'm also white. I am queer. We'll also sometimes use the word sapphic or lesbian.
Sapphic is better. I'm interrupting you. Is there a difference between sapphic and lesbian?
I feel like for someone who's like also questioning gender things and like uses the label queer, I feel like sapphic is a little bit more general and inclusive.
What if I'm a lesbian, but I think that the word lesbian is gross?
I don't know whether you got some internalized
I'll give you back. I'm gonna give you back your flag.
You know, 2 yellows is a red. You know this, right? You really want to put this back in my hand? The yellow flag.
Yes,
sorry. Sapphic. Go on.
But sometimes I'll use lesbian too. But yeah, and I use she, they pronouns. I recently made a bunch of content about using she, they pronouns, and now people are like, Eva, tell us about your gender. And I'm like, I don't know. Did I say? I just said I use she, they pronouns. That's literally all I said. I know nothing.
I think there's like categories of people now that like some people use they as like an acknowledgement that they don't care and that gender is not real, but not that they are non-binary.
Yeah.
There's probably lots of reasons to use they. But also I hear what you're saying where it's like I'm allowed to say whatever I want my pronouns to be and I don't have to be a fucking expert on myself or anything else.
I feel like it can be harder because like I am like a sex educator and people feel like, oh, you can educate us on stuff. Right. And I'm like, yes, but I still don't know about.
Yeah. I think a lot of the people trying to like tell you about things don't know about those things. That's why I say on this podcast all the time that I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, like you could educate people on, as I know that you do, like how to use pronouns appropriately and respectfully and make people feel seen and heard for who they are, but that doesn't mean that you have to be like, let me break it down. When I was 5, I wore nothing but overalls. Like, you don't owe people a self-explanation because you're an educator.
Is that true? Is that a true story?
I guess 7 was my overall phase.
Okay. The overall phase.
No, I was gonna say I haven't had an overall phase, but I am about to get a mullet tomorrow. So.
Wow.
Exciting. Do you have pictures planned out to show the barber?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I feel like Demi Lovato is like influencing a generation of queers to all get mullets. So I'm basically like, fuck me up. Just give me
the Demi Lovato.
No, you've done 5 already today. Just give me another one.
Just walking into the queer barbershop being like, hey, Edward Scissorhands. Fuck me up.
Queer barbershop. Do those exist?
Yeah.
Where? Besides Bushwick. There's one.
Well, the one you're thinking of has 5 locations in like every borough.
Does it really?
Maybe not every borough.
I'm not thinking of one in particular.
Oh, there's.
I get my hair cut by a straight woman. I sit next to straight people. I saw a trans woman at my salon place the other day. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. And I wanted to be like, queer. Me too, queer. Because it was all these like straight, just these totally straight cis women in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah. When I feel like
I'm just like, you getting the Demi Lovato?
In places that are like overly like. I don't want to be rude to straight women.
Rude. No.
You know,
they like when we neg them. That's why they have sex with me.
So salons for me bring to mind like the salon in my.
Why you just really let that go?
What? I didn't hear it.
I said that's why they have sex with me. Sorry, go on. I'm not fucking straight women anymore because honestly, women aren't straight anymore. Something happened.
Pandemic?
over the pandemic. It's not that I have changed. It's that everyone else has.
Fair. To me, salon, I think of like the first salon I went to, like in my hometown, and you can just like feel the like stay-at-home mom energy. And I don't mean stay-at-home mom as in I run the house and I take care of my kids. I mean stay at home as like I stay at home and pay people to do those things.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that, and just like there's nothing wrong with that. But
no,
you can
I actually
feel
I want to hear you walk this line.
Yeah, it's a hard line to walk. Something
well,
about...
it has basically proven history has proven that life can drive women crazy. Don't you think?
Probably.
Work makes you happy. There's research on this. What?
I don't know about that.
Me and Eva are like, well, I think we could live in a workless society, but
no, having purpose. There's so much research on this. People, no matter how bad you think your job is, people tend to be. They've done research on it. People tend to be happier at work than they are at home doing nothing. And that's why I think we got to get rid of all of the welfare programs. We got to destroy the welfare state. That is obviously 100% how I genuinely feel. And yeah, I literally, when they took my blood today up at the doctor, I donated it to the Republican Party. My blood runs red. Red. I don't know what you guys bleed. I wrote in my newsletter the other day. I said it is what it is in the newspaper, and I was like, in the newsletter, and I was like, I should attribute this to Donald Trump in a funny way, because he famously said it is. Evo, I promise we're gonna do the episode eventually.
Oh my
he
God,
famously said it is what it is about COVID deaths because he's a absolute fucking dickwad with no empathy. But obviously I was joking, and I referred to him as our real current president and eternal dear leader, and someone wrote back to me being like, I hope you were trying to make a joke. And I was like, I think I successfully made a joke, you fucking idiot.
You're like, I quadrupled down on something that was obviously a bit. Oh my gosh, that's very funny.
Anyway, let's get into it. Some of this will definitely be bonus.
Okay, all I was saying was,
my bad.
In that ultra feminine environment, if you do see another like queer person, there is this urge to be like, we are not alone.
I kind of like that. I got my hair cut a couple times when I lived in like a small town in like a very femme salon moment, and I felt kind of like a sneaky gay. I was like, I'm just gonna let all these like femmes like be nice to me, like bring me coffee
with your blue eyeshadow, you sneaky gay, please. All right, story time.
Okay.
I did have gay sex this week.
Ooh.
I am reaching the point of the slut phase where I have to stop matching with people on Hinge because some of these girls are really attractive and I don't want to match with them and then have it fizzle because I just don't have time. Too many girls. It's too much. I gotta cut back.
Booked.
I'm booked and busy, girl boss. Slay, pussy. Okay. So a horse girl slid into my DMs who I didn't realize was a fan of the pod. Yep, go on. No, say what you need to say.
I don't want to get canceled about my opinion on horse girls. I don't know how we feel about horse girls.
Here's the thing. No one can get canceled for their opinion on horse girls because it is universal, I would say, even amongst horse girls.
There's a self-awareness that
she looks a lot like my ex. She is a lot like my ex. She's a lot like my ex.
This is the same person?
Yes, horse girl. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is just a whole little package of just issues that are going to ruin my life. She's very beautiful. Oh my God. We had like a little phone date. Before our date. And on the phone, as I was talking to her, she's so fucking funny. And it is just like such a weakness for me. She is very funny.
Yeah.
We got on the phone. She's FaceTiming someone on her computer while she's on the phone with me.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you get to name the horse girl. Hot horse girl. Hot. Against all odds. Sexy horse girl. She's also an actor.
Carmen.
Okay. So she was not satisfied with the last name that we gave her on the previous episode. So Carmen, we're talking on the phone. She's very funny, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I mentioned on the previous episode that she seemed very in control. She's definitely guarded. She likes things a certain way. We get to the restaurant on this date. We have this phone date, and on the phone date, even then, I'm like registering like she has these things a lot in common with my ex, which makes her like such a funny person because like she's just like her precision in comedy is like crazy.
Yeah.
Because she is just like she's not loose.
Yeah.
And we go on this date. We walk in. The server's like, you want to sit here? I was like, sure. She goes next to the door like this. I was like, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I was like noted in my brain, and I joked about it with her.
Yeah.
And as the conversation's going, I'm like, I can't believe how much I like this person despite the door thing. I'm like really enjoying her. Dude, she just like makes me laugh. She is in control of my mind. She just has it. She's like a power bottom. You know what I mean? She's just, I'm not telling this story very well. Am I fucking up this story?
No, I was going to say, as me as a bottom leaning person, the door thing, I would be like, okay.
In what way?
You want to tell the host what to do? You can also, tell me what to do,
Right. Right. So yes, she's like a bottom, I guess, but like she drives. She drives.
Yeah.
If you are on a date with her, she's driving.
Interesting.
And it's very...
You are the horse, and she's riding you. And she's going to ride you right away from that doorside booth, because there ain't no way she's parking her horse in that stable.
Truly, I am the horse. I don't know. Give me a horse name. Ginger Snap or some shit like that. What's my fucking horse? Listener, write in if I were a horse. Simp Lightning. I don't know.
Simp Lightning. Oh my god.
You know what I mean? They have their regular names and they're like race names.
Yeah.
I'm Simp Lightning.
Someone's gonna call Furry on this, actually.
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe she'd be into that. Should I get a horse suit just to fuck with her and fuck her?
A little harness, a little cute little leash. I don't know.
Yeah, put a bit between your teeth.
Yeah.
I keep
blinders.
I keep joking with her, when are we going to use the horse stuff in bed? But she does not like it.
Oh, the crop.
She does not. Yeah, I know. I was like, you going to hit me with that thing? And she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I get to... I have residual fear from my previous relationship with being with someone like this who I did feel controlled by.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that on her.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she like is a certain way in her personality doesn't mean she's going to treat me a certain way. So I don't want to put that on. And I expressed it to her. And she seemed really cool about it. She was like very nice. We have good boundaries and good communication so far.
Nice. Because we had talked about that. Saying it out loud could take away some of the power of the situation.
Yeah. I'm hoping this doesn't get picked up on we have a vacuum outside. But anyway, listener, it's a fucking vacuum. Just calm the fuck down. They're turning it off. They're like, this fucking vacuum.
It's just a vacuum. I took off the attachment. Yes, my dick is in it. Calm the fuck down. I'm letting a vacuum suck me off while I do a podcast. Can you calm your fucking shit and stop being so fucking dramatic? God damn.
Okay. So we're talking. We're having a great time. Great phone date. Although I was like, meh, a little bit like, oh, really reminds me of my ex. We go over to her apartment. We have maybe 15 minutes before her riding lesson. So she has to. I have been fully reverted into a 12-year-old boy. For a long time, I was a healthy adult woman. And now I'm fingering a girl as fast as I can to get her off before her horseback riding lesson.
Oh my god.
I was not joking around about the 12-year-old boy thing.
Wow. Yeah, today that's spot on.
Yeah.
The tallest 12-year-old boy at school.
I am the tallest 12-year-old boy at school. Oh my god, I just had gender euphoria from that. My inner Kyle is shining. So I fingered her, and she's such a good kisser.
Oh,
but
nice.
she's a power bottom kisser. Like she was driving the kiss, but putting me in what are probably perceived as the dominant kiss positions. Does this make sense? Like her tongue is under my tongue.
Oh, interesting.
But she's like, I put it there.
Yes. And like, yes. And she put it there immediately. Oh my God. And she's loud in bed too. And like when she was coming, we were on this couch in like a weird position. I was like trying not to fall off the couch. There's no bedroom. It's just a couch. It's 12-year-old boy. But, and I'm fingering her and I'm like trying not to fall off the couch. And she is just death gripping me so hard. I thought she was going to snap my neck, like screaming. It was like so hot, but I was like, trouble. Like,
whoa.
Trouble with a capital T that rhymes with P, which stands for pussy. That's what I was thinking. Music Man. But anyway, that story was all over the place and had so many elements. She's gonna be a problem for sure.
The kissing is a huge one. If someone's like a good kisser, like you're compatible, like kissing wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love kissing.
I love when you get to the point with kissing that no one's driving anymore. Yeah. And it's just like a mind meld, like improv. Or like riding a horse. You and your horse become one, an extension of your body. We're not there yet. She is driving.
Okay.
Like I'm the top, but I'm also receiving. It's going to be a mess.
It doesn't have to be.
It feels like it will be.
I feel like I'm not being funny right now because I'm viscerally worried for you.
Oh, you absolutely should be.
No.
Eva.
Ashley's trying to get out of this. She's like, Eva's turn to tell their story. I'm not fucking.
You've listened to me for a number of episodes at least. You're a patron. Are you worried about me?
I mean, as someone who's like taking an intentional break from dating to break previous bad patterns.
Yeah.
I hear that story and I'm like, if you're getting those gut feelings like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely flirting. I'm like hanging out at the bar right now. I'm hanging out at the bar with this girl. But I don't want to judge her either. It's weird because she's a human being. She doesn't deserve to be. I'm seeing the earmarks of what can set me off in her. Mm-hmm. But like, I just don't really know. I think I just have to keep my distance.
I think it's a balance of being like, okay, you know that like it's not her fault that like she does the things that trigger you. But you also have to like take care of yourself and you can make the decision to be like, maybe this person is not the best for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
she is, while mature in, similarly to my ex-girlfriend, mature in a lot of ways, I can also see she is younger than I am and I can see that in her. And I think that I can't necessarily give her what she needs right now. I'm not sure that, I don't know how she'll feel about me saying that, but like I definitely was like, I think she might want a more available partner than I can be right now. So she's definitely listening. So I have to make sure all of this is articulated to her very clearly before this episode comes out, which I think it has been. What is my stupid life?
It's completely of your making.
Yeah, I've chosen this.
Ashley's like, what's happening to me in what I am choosing to do?
How did I get
here? Well, that's my
This is not my beautiful wife. These are not my beautiful children.
She's so cool, though. She's really cool. I cannot believe that I have a legitimate crush and enjoy a horse girl. The listeners are going to come for me. They're going to come for me.
Eva, I love your laugh.
Yeah, you have a great laugh.
It's so cute.
Thanks, y'all. I got called a pterodactyl about it in middle school, so that
feels
really good.
I hate anyone that makes fun of laughs.
Laughs are the most
They're
beautiful.
They're beautiful.
If you hear a laugh and you're annoyed by it, I don't think you should be allowed to laugh yourself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I don't think you should be alive. And I was like, that is a strong choice.
I'm serious. If you're going to harsh someone else's joy, you should not be able to experience it.
I agree with that. Okay, so this is a true story. A few days ago, a girl comes over to my apartment. We get into bed because I'm fucking killing it. No, because she's extremely generous. We get into bed and I swear to God, she goes, this mattress is so comfortable. Don't tell me this is actually the Helix mattress. Yes, it is. I actually sleep on the Helix mattress because I love my Helix mattress. I took their personalized mattress quiz to get the best mattress for me. It takes 2 minutes to do this quiz. You put in all of your important information because it knows that you are unique, as are all the women and people that you are sleeping with. Look, game recognizes game. That's all I'm saying. And Helix Mattress, it has a lot of game. You get your 100-night trial. They'll come and pick it up for you if you're not happy with it. And right now, you get $200 off your Helix mattress if you go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's $200 off, 2 free dream pillows with that $200 off. One more time, helixsleep.com/gaysex. It's the only certified gay sex mattress that's guaranteed to get you gay laid. I can't make that claim, but it's been working for me. helixsleep.com/gaysex. Eva, did you have gay sex this week?
No, as previously stated, I'm taking an intentional break from dating. So I've had lots of sex with myself.
I do have some gay sex ed questions for you before we get into your sex story. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do I really need to be using a dental dam? And has anyone in history ever used one? Is it a real... Listener, write in. Have you seen one? Where do you get it? I did a college tour once, and on the tour, like, I went into a bathroom and it had, it was at a women's college, and on the wall it said how to convert the condoms into dental dams, and I thought,
oh my God,
only the lesbians would be making their own sexual protection devices. Crafts.
That does feel very lesbian to be like, hold up, I need a condom, some scissors. Just
I don't buy those at
bed.
the store. I don't buy those at the store. I make them at home alongside my almond milk.
I knitted a dental dam for us, honey. I got a dental dam at Home Depot. It's just a 2x4. I'm gonna make a tiny porch around your pussy, and then you won't get herpes.
You're on fire today. Okay. Sorry. Tell us about dental dams.
So, I mean, I was talking to my friends with benefits a couple days ago, and they were like, my old friends with benefits, and they were like, the first time I ever saw a dental dam was with you.
Oh, you're doing it. You're the one person using dental dams.
I go to all of the fucking sexual health clinics that I've ever worked at, and they have all these extra dental dams, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll take home 20 dental dams.
Because no one's ever used one.
No, because they're all going to expire.
So,
I was gonna say, are they from like 1994?
From sexual health clinic to sexual health clinic around Ontario.
Let me say a super vulnerable thing that I know I'm going to get
We know you're getting vulnerable because you just turned your hat around to be backwards.
So I know that it is possible to get STDs from going down on someone, obviously. I'm irresponsible, I think. I just ask. I haven't been having oral sex with people because I am sleeping with a lot of people, and I just don't think it's super responsible, and it's also very intimate, and I'm not emotionally ready. But like when I do, I typically just ask the person if they've been tested and if there's any need for protection. That's what I usually say. I say like, I don't have a need for protection. Like, is this something that we should do? I don't know if that's like a nice way to do that, but I just said it out loud into the microphone, so it is recorded. I can get roasted for it if it was bad, but but then if they say no, I just trust them. I get tested frequently. I'm very sure all the time.
I'm so excited about this, Ashley. Thank you so much for sharing.
I'm about to have my life ruined, and I'm going to have a dental dam. Now I'm going to be told I need to have one every time, and I'm not going to listen.
You're getting so spooked out, and I'm ready to just like applaud you right now. You're like,
oh my God, applaud me, Kate.
We did it, Joe.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're doing like a bunch of harm reduction stuff. So you're saying, okay, I know I'm in a slut phase, so I'm like decreasing the risk level of the stuff I'm doing. Maybe I'm going to finger instead of have oral sex. 2, I'm talking to my partner about how often they've been tested. Check. Awesome. 3, I know I'm again sleeping with a lot of people. I'm getting tested regularly. Check. Awesome. Those like 3 things are, I would say, a lot better than a lot of people are doing. Like,
I'm incredible. Amazing.
Notes. Now that I've given the positive notes. So like herpes and HPV are like very common. And also there's like skin to skin contact, right?
I am
So and tripping. Yes, exactly. So I would say that like one, queer people should be super working on destigmatizing herpes, and being like, if like I have a cold sore, so I should be telling people probably more than I do before I go down on them, like I've gotten like a cold sore at some point in my life because that's a form of herpes, and like asking people their status, and also being like, it's literally, if you have HPV or herpes, there are lots of ways to still have sex, whether you're medicated or whether we want to use a dental dam when you have an active flare
isn't
up.
it pretty safe if you're medicated or are not on an outbreak?
Yeah. And I think just like having those conversations around like, what's your status around like herpes and HPV, and like volunteering that for yourself. And like, it's really hard to get tested for herpes unless you have like an active outbreak. So yeah, just like checking in and destigmatizing that is also huge.
Okay, cool. So you've said status a couple times, so maybe I'll use that word.
What's your STI status?
Yeah, what's your STI status? Maybe I'll start using that word. And then also I'll be like, but what is your status on Instagram? Do you have a blue check? Because I have one, and that's something that you should be aware of, that I am of higher status.
but also of course, like dental dams and condoms are best practice, especially if you are like having a lot of casual sex.
Maybe I'll just slow down with the tribbing. I've only tribbed with one. Speaking of horseback riding.
Oh my God.
I've only tribbed with one person, so maybe I'll just slow it down and feel safer. I don't want to use a dental dam. I'm just putting that out there. I think realistically it's not going to happen, and the safer thing to do would just be to not.
Which you aren't.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. And like keep track of like who you're sleeping with, like who are the tribbing people. So if something were to happen.
Who are the tribbing people? Are you, listener, write in. Are you the tribbing people? Are you a tribbing person?
Wait, that's my new gender.
Tribbing person.
Yes.
We found it.
I love it. Can I have 2 extra sex educator tips?
Yes.
Yes, please. We want all the tips. Just the tips. Eva, if you don't do a segment called Just the Tips on your Instagram, I'm going to be offended.
In the notebook, crediting Mastermind Ashley Gavin.
Just the tips with Eva.
One in terms of like herpes destigmatization and stuff. Sex Education on Instagram is really awesome and talks like in depth about it. And then also, have you heard of My Laurels? They're like latex lingerie, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not officially FDA approved, but how much is because the FDA is sex negative and doesn't give a shit about queer people's sexuality? Right.
I like the idea that this is for like pro dry humpers. your latex lingerie, like if you are dry humping like a champ, this is for you.
It's basically so that you don't have to hold the like freaking dental dam like whatever while you're doing stuff. Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's supposed to look a little bit sexier, but yeah.
Have you worn them?
No, Laurels, reach out. Send me some of your shit. No, I haven't tried them yet.
Set Eva up with a promo. Let's go, Laurels. I'm allergic to latex, so that would not be good.
Are you really?
Yeah. Found out because I had so much orthodontic work done as a child. I would often have like breakouts around my mouth of like hives from the latex. And finally I was like, can you just like use the non-latex gloves? And it solved everything. And I was like, okay. Now I know.
So you can't. What is the non-latex dental dam option?
There are definitely non-latex condoms. You might have to do a little scissor.
One of the goat skin condoms and then cut it open with my
I like that you
with
need
my
a scissor.
pocket knife.
I like that you need a scissor to effectively scissor.
Yeah.
So good. I love the pocket knife. That's great.
Also, I love your phrasing of like instead of being like I have herpes, being like, oh, I've had a cold sore before.
Yeah, it just makes it much lighter, and many people have, and I've had partners who have, and I haven't gotten it. So it's like very you can deal like.
And
it's
if you're worried that somebody won't want to have sex with you, which first of all is very much in their right.
Yeah.
And that's why you're offering it in case they don't want to. But I have been in a sexual situation where I said, oh, I've had cold sores before. Is that a problem for you? And the person said no. And we had sex. So just because you share something with someone else about your STI status doesn't mean that you're gonna be like shunned or whatever.
Yeah. And this girl that I'm sleeping with told me that she's a horse girl, and I still got her off in just a few minutes, and she made it to her horse appointment. So
there's hope for us all.
yeah.
There's hope for us all.
What do you think is more of a stigma, herpes or horse girl?
Horse girl.
Oh man, I am gonna get canceled for this episode. Thank God Eva's here doing double duty with cancel Coach Kate over here. Oh my God. Did you have another one? Was that the two?
Yep. The sex ed tips? Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Great sex ed tips. Do you want to share a story with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
I have the story about when I realized I was gay via sex at a sexuality conference.
That one.
Okay.
I don't need to know the next one. Conferences, here's the thing. Conferences exist not for business purposes. They exist because when we're young, in our adolescence, we are in high school, we're in college, that's where we fuck. We find the people that we align with naturally. We're either in band together or we're like theater kids. Conferences are the adult version of this because we don't have personalities anymore. We've been locked into a career. So yeah, if you sell medical equipment, you can go to your conference, meet other people of similar caliber as you, because let's face it, if you're selling medical equipment, you're like a 6. And
Oh my God, Ashley. Oh my God. I would cancel you, but I don't think sellers of medical equipment are like a protected class.
what I'm trying to say.
I'm putting the whistle into my mouth.
What I'm trying to say is they're similar. Everyone's similar at the conference. So fucking is going to happen. That's
and
what it's for.
sex.
And it's hotels. You're in another city. Everyone at the medical device level is feeling their hottest, and they're all together. And it's fancy. And they're away from home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Kate just pulled the whistle out of their mouth.
I did. I think everything's going to be okay.
So you're at the conference, and it's a sexuality conference. So these are some freaky people. We're talking highly sexual people.
Not necessarily.
We've got some nipple
the whistle's
piercings.
going back in my mouth.
We've got some nipple piercings. We've got some cool shit happening.
Okay, if the medical sellers are
also
sixes,
queer,
the sexuality educators have got to be 9s at least.
Oh, yes. But in a very specific way, like a very specific sex positive way. Lots of like small tattoos.
Lots of colored hair. Lots
Yeah.
of small tattoos. Oh my
Honestly,
gosh.
this is like mullet dreamland. Like this is like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So, but we actually have to start the story much before the conference. The story starts with me liking a girl's picture of her in a bikini on Twitter.
Okay. Nice. How did you see it? Just in your feed?
This person is like a sex blogger. So, and we were like mutuals following each other.
Nice.
That's how I saw it. It's also important to know that I thought I was straight at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
So I like the bikini photo. I slide into her
Yeah,
DMs.
Yeah. You don't even know what you're
So
doing.
straight. Such typical straight behavior.
Very straight. Okay, get ready. It's the mind fuckery, the mind
Oh, man.
palace that's about to happen.
I'm excited.
I slide into her DMs and I say, "Can I flirt with you?" Again.
Wow.
A lovely
And
opening.
you
I
didn't
will
know
say.
you were gay? Only a lesbian has ever been like, "May I flirt? Permission, consent to flirt?"
I love that.
No, I think it's cute.
It's a great opening line. Can I flirt with you? Who would say no? I'd be like, I'd at least want to hear like.
I might say no.
You might say no.
What are we talking about? A medical device seller, or are we talking about a sexuality person? Listener, if you sell medical devices, don't worry. This is just a random profession that I picked off the top of the dome, and I will probably fuck you.
If you're a listener of the pod and sell medical professionals, you're
Oh, that's a total no. That's an 11.
Yeah.
If you are a listener of the pod, you're an 11.
So she says yes.
Ooh.
And this leads to us sexting for like 3 to 5 months.
My
How do you have
gosh.
sex with someone for so long when you haven't met them?
Isn't that part? Oh, that seems erotic to me. Wouldn't you think? It's like
I
pen
guess-
pal. It's like torrid love letters from the 16th century.
She's also in Finland, so it is like a long distance, like
yes,
very lesbianic. But it was mostly like
Is she
photos
like
and
blonde
videos.
and 5'11"?
I'll show you a photo of her. Maybe on or off the pod.
you don't have to. You don't.
No, she has to.
She's really hot. I have to brag about this.
Okay,
No,
that's classic
no.
Ashley move.
That's valid. That's valid. You are valid.
Thank you.
One time Ashley went a whole relationship with someone without me meeting them in person, which I feel like is unusual. Never mind.
No, tell the story about how
cut
I
that, cut
showed
that.
you 5,000 photos. I would literally go up to people and be like, "This is Jen! Look at her! Look at my girlfriend! She has sex with me!"
Anyway, yeah, that's the story.
That's literally me about this girl, and she's also very lovely. Every time I like tell the story, I'm
Nice. Wait, so you
like,
said
you
it
may
was
be gay.
Aw, that's so lovely.
It's really
You said
sweet.
it was a lot of
Yeah.
pictures and videos.
Mostly me, just like she would send videos to me, and I'd be like, still thinking I was straight. Yeah, so we are sexting for 3 to 5 months. She is in Finland. I am in Canada. So I'm like, we'll probably never meet. But it turns out she's able to get tickets to the sex conference
Yeah, sex
In-
conference.
in Toronto. So we make plans.
Go on. You're at the sex conference.
So we make plans to get an Airbnb and kind of spend a couple days together before the actual conference too.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
And I remember like I'm at my
Pressure,
parents'
though. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, I'm at my parents' place in Toronto like the night before, just like sitting at a desk, like shaking. My brain's like, oh my God.
Especially because it's your first time with a girl, right?
It is not my first time with a girl, which is another fun story, but I don't know if we have time.
I love that people don't think they're gay.
That's the mind fuckery. I had
Yeah.
already had sex with a girl. I was sexting her. I slid into her DMs because of a bikini photo.
Sometimes the brain needs a little help from the body.
So you meet up at the Airbnb.
We meet up at the Airbnb. We have a wonderful weekend. She's also a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. We're like vibing. Yeah.
Is everyone at the sex conference a Scorpio?
I've been to sex research conferences are around November, and like fucking like 5 people all have birthdays.
Mm.
But yeah, the sexy times happen. She's the first person to ever give me an orgasm. Just from
Wow.
A special.
That's nice.
yeah. And before that, I had yeah, super fucking easy. But yeah, even then, the next day we have an all female threesome, which is the story that I slid into Ashley's DMs about.
Oh, this is like 0 to 60.
0 to 60 for sure. Okay, wait. I want to know more about that. Would you say it was a pleasant experience, the threesome?
Yeah, it was fun.
I've never heard of anyone leaving.
Let me think about. Let me
because a
think
lot of
about
times
something I
people-
think about every night.
Honestly, people a lot of times leave threesomes like, yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
A lot. I feel like more often, I've never heard anyone be like, yes, my threesome was great.
It was fun.
What's this girl's like energy? Like, what is she like? You know what I'm asking, Kate.
At the
Shut up.
time, it was like a very femme fantasy moment. Like there was wine, there was like a paddle with like a heart shaped like cutout out of it or whatever. Like
A paddle with a cutout of my face on it. Sorry.
yeah, the Ashley Gavin had a paddle. Another funny thing about this threesome is because it's at a sex conference. There are 2 beds, so there's the girl that the 2 of us go to like fuck this girl that we're all flirting with on Twitter.
Are you all femme?
At the time, I don't identify as like femme now, but at the time it was very all femme.
All 3 of you were femme.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Also, there's a photo of us post coitus
This is the most. Oh, really?
that exists. I think I fucking
Are you
better
guys
hope I still
sorority
kept
squatting?
it. One of the people is also like a semi-famous like porn performer now.
This is an incredible
Wow.
threesome.
Wow.
So there are 2 beds, right? So there's the one bed with the one girl we went over to fuck. but there are 2 other people who are staying in this room during the conference. And we're like, and these 2 people, because they're sex conference people, are like, oh, it's fine. We'll just be here on our laptops. You guys have fun.
No.
So they're there the whole time we're having our threesome, just basically being like, do you guys want snacks, water?
Oh my God.
They're like the coaches. They're the sex coaches of the whole thing. They're like,
They sound more like
got enough
assistants.
lube? You got enough lube? You're like going over into the corner. They're like clipping back your eyelashes and your eyebrows and shit.
Wait, that is so funny.
They just watched? Didn't you feel weird?
They were on their laptops. They were busy.
Don't act like that somehow. If my cat gets too close to the bed, I'm like, come on.
They were on their laptops.
They're sending email.
It was like a very much like friends, but we also think we're all hot. Like, I don't know, it's a very like casual time.
What if one of them was, when they were done, I'm assuming with their FaceTime or their Google Hangout, they've got headphones in, but like there's like the bed is like like on theirs, this kind of thing. Would you have let them join? How did they not jerk off? I would have been jerking off.
Oh my God. I don't know. They feel differently about sex, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause
if
I
you
would've
were
just
there,
been
all
like-
femme threesome, you would have been like,
No, I would have been in.
Oh my gosh. This story is wild.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
wild story.
So
So
the
at
thing
what
is-
point were you like, I might be gay?
That's the thing, Kate. Even after this, I'm like, no, I'm heterosexual.
Yes.
What is wrong with us?
I also, the depths of my mindfuckery, I founded my high school's gay straight alliance as a straight ally. Like, I don't know what my brain,
I love this.
the depths. And now
depths.
I'm a professional gay sex educator.
Yeah.
But okay, so the moment I
Wow.
realize I think I might be gay is in the final keynote of the sex research conference.
And boy, do they have a lot of stuff to clean up. The janitors fucking hate the sex conference. They're like these fucking Scorpios with their cum everywhere.
There's another sex story about the sex conference, but it's not relevant to the story, so we won't tell it.
Yo, how do I get invited to a sex conference?
They don't run this conference anymore.
Oh man.
Are there others that I could get invited to?
Probably.
I'll let you know. Sex Down South is a thing that's in the U.S.
Sex down south.
Sounds like South by South sex.
I feel like I
How
do
did they not go with that name?
I don't know.
That would have been so much better. You should write to them. Excuse me. You are South by South sex.
But yeah, in the final keynote at the end of the conference, I'm like thinking about this girl. She's come from Finland. She's made me come. And I realize that like she has to go home. And then like I don't know when I'm gonna see her again next. And
Oh,
that's
you
when
love
I
her.
feel
You love
like
her.
this pit in my stomach where I'm like,
Oh.
I have
Yeah.
romantic feelings for her. And that is not something that I can explain away.
Yeah.
So we do our like romantic goodbye on the subway. I like
Oh.
go home. I get to my parents' house and my mom asks me like, did anything interesting happen at the conference?
Oh my God.
And that's when I come out. That's when I tell her.
Oh.
I say,
Yeah, I had a
see.
threesome with 2 women. I'm gay. Well, that part didn't make me gay. The love made me gay.
It was the love all along. No, I tell her there's this girl, and I come out publicly on the internet like literally a fucking week later.
Oh my God.
And when was this?
This was in like February 2018. So I haven't been out for
Yeah.
very long. And I came out initially as bisexual. I don't identify as queer more now, but yeah.
Wow. I love this story.
What an incredible story.
That
Thank
is
you for sharing
incredible.
that.
You
Thanks, friend.
it's like there was so much of a wall to break down, and then once you broke it down, you were like, and now full more, baby. I love that.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Can I show
Wow.
you how hot she is now?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's going through her favorites right now.
I'm gonna
Oh,
crop.
that was the sex conference. The Zoom sex conference. I've got some great screenshots from that. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. fuck. Wait, what's her name?
No.
Nikki.
She's hot.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, yeah.
Can you, when Kate's not around, can you tell me what her name is?
She said what it was.
Nikki, but like, how do I find her?
She's in Finland.
I'm just typing into Google hot Nikki Finland. Finnish hot Nikki.
She has a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend?
No!
She's bi.
Whoa!
Good for us. Good for the buys.
You really stay winning.
What a crazy episode we're having. Kate,
This is a crazy episode.
that was wonderful. And thank
That
you
was
for the
wonderful.
just the tips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kate,
Yes.
did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, I'm gonna tell this story. Ask me again.
Kate, did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, the story I'm gonna tell is sex adjacent.
You want to do another take?
Are you gonna leave that all in?
I didn't like that.
Fine, go.
Kate,
Wait. What should I say?
it's not the line. It's not the line. It was the way you delivered it.
Okay.
Just like,
I've got it.
just make a clearer choice.
Yeah.
Okay. The actors that listen to this podcast are laughing and no one else. Just make a strong choice, okay?
You better cut this out.
All right. No, I'm leaving it.
Ugh.
Kate. Here, I'm going to make a strong choice. Okay, you ready? This is a strong choice. Kate, did you have gay sex this week? That was a strong choice.
Well, Ashley.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
My story this week is gay sex adjacent.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I have had a lifelong kind of like not refusal, but I've been waiting. Aversion to saying the C word.
Cunt?
Yes.
Cool. I like the word cunt.
Fair.
I would not say it in bed, but I like it as a joke word.
So I feel like I was saving it up. I was like, when I finally say this
when
word.
I'm really in love, when I'm ready to marry a woman, I'll fuck her cunt.
Pretty much. I was like, to me, either the violence or the eroticism of the word is so powerful that I wanted to either save it for a moment where I was like so mad at someone that I could really
like Hillary Clinton.
Oh my God.
Everyone was really mad at Hillary Clinton.
I'm like, is there history here? Like, does Kate have specific beef with Hillary
No,
Clinton?
there's not.
No, I'm remarking on the fact that America hates women, like strong women. And I know it's a little dated, so a lot of our listeners are like, no, Hillary Clinton is a cunt. But like back in 2016, when you were 14 years old, okay, Hillary was not a cunt, okay. Did you just break your microphone?
Yeah, when you said when you said Hillary Clinton is a C word, the plug fell out of my mind.
And let me be clear, Hillary Clinton is, I don't agree with all of her politics, but she is a hero of mine.
Okay.
Because she has done so much for women.
Anyway, I thought I would either be in like a really intense altercation and use the word, or in like the hottest sex moment of my life and use the word. I was just waiting for like the prime moment to use this word. I feel like
I would never use it in the bedroom because to me it's a joke word. I would never use it sincerely to insult someone.
Has anyone ever said it to you in bed?
No.
I've had it said to me in bed and I almost passed out.
Whoa, too much power, too much. I'm not ready.
I almost passed the fuck out.
A woman?
Yeah.
In what context?
Eating.
She was like, I want to eat your cunt.
Yeah.
And you
almost passed out.
Went into anaphylaxis. You were like, are there peanuts here?
Did my heart just get stung by a bee? I loved it. So I was really saving it up. There was something like, to me, there was something like poetic. Like, oh, I'm not just going around saying the C word. Like, when I use it, I'm going to mean it.
Like your virginity.
And it was like virginity with a word. And I get that that's very nerdy, but it was just something quirky about me. And so
casting directors, they're quirky. They don't know what gender they are. They've never said cunt.
Okay, so recently, Chelsea and I were driving in the car in Massachusetts, and we've had like this beautiful like date. Like we went to like a dog fair, which
Gay.
is like very
Yeah, I was
gay.
gonna say very
We had like
gay.
a nice brunch. Like it was just like a perfect day, beautiful sunny day driving through Massachusetts. We're at a 4-way stop, and this other car goes when it's not their turn, and the windows were down, and I just said, and like we're in Boston, right? The windows are down, so I just say like, "Oh, it wasn't your turn," or something like that. This guy's driving. I was like, "Wasn't your turn?" And his wife from the passenger seat goes,
my God.
"Fuck you, you cocksucker." And without missing a beat, I just said, "Fuck you, you fucking cunt." And that was the whole interaction. And I just like so many years, I thought I was like a poet with this word, but really I was just a masshole. I was saving up, and then this second a woman with a Boston accent called me a cocksucker. It was like all bets were off. Fuck you, you cunt.
You matched her energy.
I
You said,
did.
You know what?
I was doing improv with her as well.
I'm so sorry that I almost cunt-blocked your story. Wow. Well, great story.
Thank you.
What did she do?
That was the end of the whole interaction.
Both of you
nobody
acknowledged.
Nobody was even that mad.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like we wanted
Just
to say
Boston.
something rude to each other, and then we could both go on with our very pleasant days.
More Boston shit. You do a great Boston accent.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What a fun episode. This was really fun.
This was fun. Eva, I loved meeting you.
Yeah, it was so. Thanks for listening to my
To your
wild-
epic.
Epic story. Damn. Like, damn. I have to meet Nikki and
In school, they should
ruin her
teach like the
boyfriend's life.
Iliad, the Odyssey, and Eva's sex conference.
how it took Eva to have an all-female threesome to realize
With
we're
two
gay.
people watching. Were they women too?
Yeah, queer people.
Wow. That's so cool. I would like to have a threesome. I would.
Listener, write in.
Right in. Am I going to have a threesome with you? Now listen.
No.
Everything.
No.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
I hope not.
I'm sorry.
I
Well,
missed it. What did you?
I said femmes only.
I don't think I can cancel you for your own personal preferences.
I'm probably going to take that out of the episode. But listener, listener, if you are interested in, and you are in the New York City area,
No.
because I'm not traveling for this
No,
shit.
this is what I'm not allowing.
What?
No, you have to.
It
It
has to happen organically.
has to happen organically.
What if this is an organic part of my life
No.
that I've...
No. No.
You can't mass proposition your audience.
Yeah,
for a
exactly.
threesome.
Okay. Listener,
No. No. I have the whistle in my mouth again. They can write in and
It's the
say
one
if they
thing-
believe
it's
in
like
you
the
or if
one
they
thing-
don't believe in you.
it's like the one thing that I've never gotten to do. Why shouldn't I be able to use all available resources to me to accomplish my dreams?
Hey, Ashley, I feel like this too, because I'm like eventually gonna start dating, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, the Instagram algorithm knows that any queer in Toronto who likes redheads and who's interested in talking about sex,
By the way, I love redheads.
Oh my God.
If you... Oh, okay. Sorry. Go on.
the femme threesome did involve 2 redheads. Just giving that to you as a gift.
This is
Damn.
just rude.
I'll see if I can find that picture and just send it to you.
That's so fucked up. 2 redheads and that blonde
Yeah.
Finnish angel.
I needed a divine intervention.
I am an actual 12-year-old boy today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you had a threesome with 2 girls? And one of them was blonde and one of them was a redhead.
Oh my God, I'm choking.
Puerto Rico strikes back.
Oh my God.
A plantain chip.
Ooh. All right. Bye. End of podcast.
Anyway, I was.
Okay.
I'm gonna pee and I'm crying. Eva, you're witnessing the hardest I've ever laughed on this show. That's the worst thing about comedy. The worst thing about comedy is I will never make a joke as funny as that tiny burp. It's so annoying. It's so annoying to think about how much effort and time I put in the county. I put so much. I've tried so hard as an artist, and I will never be as good as that tiny burp.
Yeah, but it was because I was laughing at you saying two girl.
Eva, are you blown away by our lack of professionalism? We do not deserve to go to a sex conference.
No, we don't.
I'm crying.
I think we need to make a queer sex conference. I think we need to orchestrate this so that we can both have.
I'll help. I'll help, but I can't do anything beyond like raising money and putting branding behind it. But I will actually help. I can't do any of the planning.
I'll find some planning people.
I'm being sincere. I have resources, but I have little time.
I love that we're both genuinely like, if we can't proposition our audience for sex, we can
have a conference.
A sex conference.
I will allow the sex conference.
Okay, Eva, will you do your butt plugs? Do your butt plugs, Eva.
I will do my butt plugs. I'm Eva Bloom. You can find me on Instagram at What's My Body Doing. That's my main platform. I also have a crap ton of back catalog content on YouTube. If you have a specific question, you can search it up. You can also find the video that I filmed like a week after I came out being like, hey.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, I also run a course called Fuck the Patriarchy, Fuck Yourself, which is kind of like a sexual wellness course and around like masturbation that I'm hopefully running the second cohort of it in the fall.
Nice.
So that is interesting to you.
And you have a Patreon so that anyone who consumes this free work, who cares about people who put out free work on the internet, can donate to your cause.
Yeah, and it is interested in gay research. I'm hopefully going to do a summary of a cool paper on gender euphoria that just came out. So
cool.
Awesome. And I've looked through your Instagram and stuff. Great little pro tips in there. You were wonderful and informative, and I have not laughed this hard on them. I don't think I've laughed that hard. I almost peed. I really almost peed. I needed that serotonin. I had my last therapy session of all time yesterday with my therapist, my childhood therapist, so I needed that. That was good. Oh, we're done. I forgot to say that we, in my earlier audio note, we also have a list of resources, mental health and queer resources for people around the world, like all the countries represented on the Discord. If you are looking for them, those are also at ashleygavin.com/connect. So lots of resources for you, no matter where you're listening from. And I'm going to leave it there because this episode was so long. But I do hope that you are having a great week. And if you're not, it's cliche, but it is true. It gets better, no matter what it is. All right. I love you.